January 13th, 2006, early afternoon, a wealthy suburb outside Buenos Aires. Within minutes, more than 300 armed police officers surround Banco Rio. Snipers take position on rooftops, helicopters circle overhead, television cameras arrive and go live. Inside the bank, customers and employees are ordered to the floor. Masked men point guns at their heads. Negotiators prepare for a long, dangerous standoff. But this isn't a hostage crisis, it's a distraction, because while the entire country is staring at the front door, another team is already beneath the building, breaking into the vault box by box. In less than 3 hours, 6 men will escape from a bank that never stopped being surrounded. No shots fired, no alarms triggered, no chase. They will leave behind toy guns, pizza boxes, and one of the most humiliating failures in Argentine law enforcement history. This is not just a heist story, it's a lesson in misdirection, psychology, and narrative control. This is Franchise, where business and stories come alive. To understand how this robbery worked, you need to understand Argentina in the early 2000s. In 2001, the country's banking system collapsed. Accounts were frozen. Savings vanished overnight. Millions of people lost access to their own money. Trust in banks didn't just weaken, it died. The wealthy responded quickly. Instead of accounts, they used safe deposit boxes. Cash, gold, diamonds, bearer bonds, assets that didn't exist on paper, and one location stood above the rest, Acasuso, a quiet, affluent neighborhood where box rentals cost triple the city average, not because security was better, but because the people inside stored fortunes. Banco Rio wasn't full of teller cash, it was full of untraceable wealth, and beneath the building ran something most people ignored: storm-drained tunnels stretching all the way to the river. To police, Banco Rio was low risk. No alarms triggered, no violent history. But to the right kind of mind, it was perfect, because the vault wasn't just protected by walls, it was protected by assumptions, and assumptions are fragile. In late 2003, an unemployed artist named Fernando Araujo spent his days reading newspapers. One story obsessed him: a failed bank siege years earlier where police stormed in and killed hostages on live television. Most people saw tragedy. Araujo saw a mistake. The problem wasn't the robbery. The problem was fighting the police directly. So he asked a different question. What if the robbery didn't happen where police were looking? He imagined a bank robbery as a stage play. Upstairs, chaos, fear, negotiation. Downstairs, silence, patience, work. The guns would be fake. The violence would be implied. The police would be watching a performance. To make it real, Araujo needed someone who could build underground. He called Sebastian Bolster, a mechanic and engineer whose family lost everything during the banking collapse. Bolster studied sewer maps beneath Banco Rio. The vault sat directly above a drainage tunnel, separated by 2 feet of reinforced concrete. Breaking through would require silent tools, night work, flood control, absolute precision. It sounded impossible. Bolster didn't say no. He said, "It can be done." The operation required 2 things: a tunnel no one would detect, and a lie no one would question. For months, the crew studied the bank. They logged employee schedules, camera blind spots, guard behavior, police response times. One member opened an account just to observe. Another photographed the building daily. Every routine was mapped. Meanwhile, Bolster worked underground. At night, he entered storm drains wearing a wetsuit and headlamp. The tunnels reeked of sewage and methane. Rats scattered in the dark. He drilled in short bursts, stopping constantly to listen. Flooding forced him to install pumps. Gas spikes forced oxygen tanks. 15 nights of work, 2 feet of reinforced concrete. Finally, the hole was complete, just wide enough for a man. He sealed it back up with quick-dry cement. On the day of the heist, it would break in seconds. Above ground, the performance was rehearsed, like theater. Dialogue memorized. Actions timed to the minute. Replica guns waited to feel real. One rule was absolute. If anyone gets hurt, the operation ends. This wasn't about bravery, it was about control. January 13th, 2006, 12:28 p.m., bolster enters the tunnel. Minutes later, 3 men climb into the vault from below. At 12:31 p.m., the front team walks into Banco Rio dressed as businessmen. A replica pistol appears. Everyone stay calm. Within 90 seconds, the bank is under control. Police respond exactly as predicted. Patrol cars arrive. A perimeter is formed. Snipers take rooftops. Helicopters circle. Then the phone rings. The demand, pizza, 30 boxes. Police commanders laugh. Psychologists relax. To them, this doesn't look dangerous. It looks amateur. That laughter buys time. Below ground, safe deposit boxes are ripped open. Cash spills out. Gold coins scatter. Jewels pour onto the floor. Personal items are left untouched. Only valuables go into bags. At 2:47 p.m., the pizza arrives. At 3:27 p.m., the vault is empty. A note is taped to the wall. Without weapons or grudges, it's just money, not love. The underground team disappears into the tunnel. Upstairs, the robbers lie. We're coming out. They never do. Hours later, police storm the bank. They find hostages unharmed, toy guns neatly arranged, pizza boxes still warm, an empty vault, a perfect hole leading into darkness. Argentina explodes with reaction. News channels loop the footage. Public opinion turns admiration. Songs are written. Graffiti appears. The robbers become folk heroes. But perfection doesn't survive real life. One of the members hides his money at home, thousands of dollars, some behind walls, some below the broken floor. But his wife finds it. His wife, concerned about all the sudden money, questions her husband. No response. He instead gets angry at her and leaves. His wife grew suspicious. After investigating him further, she discovers his affair and a small idea on how he got the money. Anger replaces loyalty. She walks into a police station. Names are given. Raids follow, and all of them get arrested simultaneously. Some money is recovered. Most of it is never seen again. Police and investigators still don't where it is. The men serve time, later walk free, but the real impact remains. They didn't defeat the police with force. They defeated them with attention control. They proved something uncomfortable. Power isn't about weapons, it's about perception, and the people who control the story control the outcome. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to Franchise. We uncover the real strategies behind power, deception, success, and failure. Because the most dangerous moves aren't loud, they're quiet, calculated, and happening right beneath your feet. Comment below. What story should we break down next?